February 1959, the northern Ural Mountains in the Soviet Union, a place known as the Dead Mountain. 9 experienced hikers set out on a skiing expedition. They were young, strong, and prepared for the harsh Russian winter. They promised to send a telegram as soon as they returned, but that telegram never came. When rescue teams finally found their camp weeks later, what they saw froze their blood. The tent was slashed open from the inside. The hikers had fled into the freezing darkness, some without shoes, some almost naked. There were no signs of struggle, no footprints of anyone else, but the bodies told a darker story. Fractured skulls, broken chests, injuries comparable to a car crash, yet with no external bruises. Some were missing their eyes, one was missing her tongue, and perhaps strangest of all, their clothes contained traces of radiation. What force could terrify 9 hardened adventurers so much that they cut their way out of their tent to die in the cold? Welcome to Deepworld Docs. Today we are opening the cold case files of the Dyatlov Pass Incident. The group was led by Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student. Their goal was to reach Mount Otorten. In the local Mansi language, Otorten means don't go there. Diaries and photos recovered from the site show a happy group, smiling faces, playing instruments, documenting their journey. They had no idea they were skiing towards their doom. On the night of February 1st, they set up camp on the slope of Kholat Syakhl. The weather was worsening, but they decided not to lose altitude. That was their last known decision. Investigators determined that something happened in the middle of the night, something sudden. The group cut the tent instantly and ran down the slope towards the tree line, nearly a mile away in minus 30 degrees Celsius. The first 2 bodies were found under a cedar tree next to the remains of a small fire. They were stripped to their underwear. They had tried to climb the tree, tearing the skin off their hands. What were they running from? Or what were they trying to see? 3 more bodies, including Dyatlov himself, were found scattered between the tree and the tent. They died trying to crawl back to the camp, but the remaining 4 were found months later, buried under 4 meters of snow in a ravine. These bodies were different. They had suffered massive internal trauma. 1 had a crushed skull. 2 had crushed ribs. Doctors said the force required to cause such damage would be equal to the shock wave of a bomb. Yet the soft tissue was unharmed. It was like they were crushed by a giant hand. Official Soviet investigators closed the case abruptly. The cause of death was listed as a compelling natural force. The area was sealed off for 3 years. This secrecy birthed endless theories. Was it an avalanche? A slab of snow sliding over the tent? It explains the escape, but not the radiation or the missing eyes. Was it the local Mansi people attacking them? Impossible. There were no other footprints, and the bodies had no defensive wounds. Or was it something military? Another hiking group 50 kilometers away reported seeing strange glowing orange spheres in the sky that night. Some theories suggest they stumbled upon a secret Soviet weapon test. Parachute mines, infrasound weapons that cause panic? This would explain the radiation and the government secrecy. Decades later, modern science suggests a rare type of slab avalanche might be the culprit. But for many, the pieces still don't fit. An avalanche doesn't explain the radiation. It doesn't explain the fear. The Dyatlov Pass remains one of the most chilling mysteries of the 20th century. 9 went in, none came out. And the mountain has kept its secret. What do you think happened on that frozen slope? Was it nature, man, or something else? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the unknown, don't forget to like and subscribe to Deepworld Docs. Stay curious and stay safe.